A car backfires on the street outside. Your shoulders jump. Your heart slams once hard before your mind even catches up. You didn't decide to flinch. You didn't have time to. But the real answer is far stranger than you think. You assume the flinch is about fear. It isn't, not exactly. It's about time. Your body is running on a survival clock that started ticking long before cities, before language, before fire. Think about the last loud sound that startled you. A door slamming, a balloon popping. You reacted in roughly 1/10 of a second, faster than you can consciously register what happened. Your ears made the decision. Your spine obeyed before your brain was even consulted. This is the acoustic startle reflex, one of the oldest, fastest circuits in your body. It doesn't route through reasoning or memory. Sound travels from your ear, through your brainstem, straight to your muscles. No deliberation, just movement. Why would evolution build something that skips thinking entirely? Because thinking is slow, and slow gets you killed. For most of human history, you lived in the open, surrounded by sounds you couldn't always see the source of. A snapping branch, a sudden silence where birdsong used to be. Ancestors who paused to evaluate every strange sound before reacting did not, on average, survive to pass on that habit. The ones who flinched first did. The neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux spent decades mapping how fear moves through the brain. He found that sound entering your skull splits into two paths instantly. One travels to the cortex asking calmly, "What was that really?" The other goes straight to the amygdala asking only, "Could this kill me?" The amygdala doesn't wait for an answer, it acts first. LeDoux called this the low road, built for moments when waiting for certainty isn't an option. Ever jumped at a noise, then laughed half a second later realizing it was harmless? That laugh is the slow path finally catching up. The physiologist Walter Cannon named this entire cascade back in the early 20th century, fight or flight. The instant a threat registers, adrenaline floods your system, pupils widen, heart rate spikes, blood rushes towards your muscles, ready to run or strike, all before you've consciously understood why. But here's the twist. It isn't really about volume. A roaring jet rarely startles people the way a dropped plate does in a silent kitchen. Why would a quieter sound provoke a bigger reaction? Because your brain isn't measuring decibels, it's measuring surprise. The neuroscientist Michael Davis spent his career studying the startle circuitry inside the amygdala. He showed that the size of your flinch depends almost entirely on how unpredictable a sound is, not how loud it registers. A predictable roar barely triggers the reflex. An unexpected snap in silence triggers it violently, even at a fraction of the volume. Your nervous system isn't asking how big that was, it's asking, did I see that coming? A waterfall, heard daily for years, eventually stops registering as a threat. But one snapped twig in a place that should be silent means something is there that shouldn't be. You still run on that exact logic today, even though almost nothing around you is actually trying to kill you. The hum of traffic outside your window doesn't startle you, but one notification buzzing on a silent phone can spike your heart rate instantly. Predictable sound, ignored. Sudden sound, treated as a threat every time. You've built a world out of predictable noise, engines, ringtones, air conditioners, yet unpredictable interruptions still hijack your body exactly like they hijack the bodies of humans who hadn't yet discovered fire. Open offices full of unexpected pings quietly spike cortisol dozens of times a day. Horror films exploit this same circuit on purpose, using silence followed by a sharp noise to manufacture a flinch your rational mind knows is coming and still can't stop. Chronic exposure to unpredictable noise has been linked to measurably higher cortisol and disrupted sleep, even in people who say they've gotten used to it. Your conscious mind adapts. Your amygdala often does not. So the next time your shoulders jump at a slamming door, you're not being weak or dramatic. You're running software that's kept humans alive for hundreds of thousands of years, executing exactly as built. It doesn't know you live behind locked doors. It only knows the pattern just broke. And in the world that built your nervous system, broken patterns meant survival depended on speed, not certainty. That flinch isn't a flaw in your design. It's proof the design still works. So the next time a car backfires outside and your shoulders jump before your mind catches up, you'll know exactly what happened. A circuit older than language, older than fire, older than the species you call human, just did its job perfectly.